Bring in my KMOV colleagues right now, Claire Kellett and Doug Vaughn. Well, all three of us born and raised in this town, been back working here for a number of years. Of course, Doug and I are of a certain vintage as opposed to the youthful Claire. But I want to get your thoughts on tonight. I will just say this. I said this in the pregame special we had tonight. I'm a diehard Blues fan, have been. I will tell you this. I've enjoyed watching Blues hockey my whole life. Win or lose tonight, I said this and I mean it, I don't know that I've enjoyed a 5-month stretch of Blues hockey anymore. What this team did, it's just not natural to regroup go from worst to first in the middle of a season. It showed a lot of character and toughness and resiliency, and my hat's off to this Blues team. I'm going to get your thoughts tonight.
Yeah, I heard several of the guys use the word surreal, and that's kind of what it feels like. We don't do Stanley Cups around here. We haven't come close to winning the Stanley Cup around here. We haven't been in the finals in half a century. It's been since 1970. Some of us, one of the two of us, is old enough to remember that first game the Blues played back in 1967, October of 1967. It was me. I actually remember that first game. And as Blues hockey has always been something so exciting and a religion to so many people. It always had that small but very hardcore fan base, a fan base that's grown over the years as the team has had so many superstar players with the Brett Hulls and the Bernie Federkels and Wayne Gretzky with a cup of coffee and Adam Oates and Chris Prong around McInnes. The list goes on and on. We've had some of the greatest players in the history of the game. Never had that great team, never had that team that could do it. And to finally see it happen now after 52 years is almost too much to believe.
It's really unbelievable. One of the things that really stuck out to me tonight is Doug and I have been sitting here at the anchor desk watching all of the players and their families, but watching the celebrations here in St. Louis, especially the one that happened at Busch Stadium tonight. And you saw 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds well past their bedtime tonight. And this was such a family celebration. These parents, these grandparents, everyone in the family said, we're throwing out all the rules tonight. This is one of those nights that we are going to remember forever. And they wanted everyone in their family to be a part of it, to remember it, to get the gear, to go home with the T-shirts and the long sleeve shirts and the sweatshirts, to remember all this, to have the pictures and the selfies. And one of the things that stuck out to me also in the players' interviews is Colton Parayko. I mean, talk about a guy who's so endearing to Layla Anderson as well, the young girl. But one of the words that he used was warriors. And I think that's a great way to describe the team this year. Warriors. Boy, did they stink in the middle of the season.
Yeah, you talk about people staying up past their bedtime. I thought it's a wonderful gesture on your part to volunteer to meet the plane at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. You're going way above and beyond, Claire.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be up at 4 a.m. watching News 4 This Morning crew doing that.
Oh,
yes.
That's what it was. I guess I heard it wrong.
From the comfort of my home.
But you're right about the fans. The Blues have made fans in this playoff run that they probably never had before. I've heard a lot of people that never really paid a whole lot of attention to hockey, or they were casual fans, watched every now and then. Now, suddenly we're seeing 40,000 people in the streets. I think the Blues fan base will expand exponentially after this run. It was so darn exciting. Every game, just nerve-wracking. Unbelievable. I don't think there's another sport out there anywhere that is more intense and more exciting than playoff hockey. You just can't beat it. And we saw it at its best this year.
And hats off to all the fans who are in downtown St. Louis right now and the great celebrations that they have had. They're in the streets of St. Louis, but they're having a good time together. They're obeying the rules, if you will. We've been watching, close eye on that, but for the most part, everyone's just been having a nice time doing it.
It's a school night.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people have to get up early.
Yeah, you think a lot of people are going to be going to work early in the morning if they need to. Yeah,
Probably not.
I think a lot of lenient bosses out there, if you will.